Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, William Samoei Ruto's first ever budget for the year 2023-2024 is finally out. That budget is going to attract to a tune of 3.6 trillion Kenyan shillings. And if you go through that budget, you will clearly learn that the president is well prepared to use every means possible to raid Kenyans' pockets. That story has been shared on People's Daily inside Ruto's first budget. So, I want us to use this opportunity to check deeper into that budget to understand what amount of money has been allocated where and why. Because if you go through that budget, then you are going to agree with me that William Samoei Ruto and his government are cleverly planting corruption by design in this budget. And I'm going to explain to you, but before we go deep into that discussion, just a quick request for those who are watching and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel subscribers. Thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you, and back to this discussion. Now, in this budget, there is some money that needs to be collected through KRA taxes. Number two, there is money that Ruto is going to borrow. Now, KRA is supposed to raise about 2.66 trillion shillings. And if you try to compare with the previous budget, the budget KRA was able to raise 2.19 trillion shillings. So the difference here is about 251 billion shillings. So again, the government is going to borrow 659 billion shillings to plug the budget deficit. Because if you check 2.66, the difference from 3.6 trillion, definitely you have about 659 billion shillings. So he is going to borrow. The first thing we are asking, during campaign and even after the election, Ruto promised that his government will not be borrowing. They will have a means to collect enough resources to run this government and pay the debt. But we are seeing in his first budget, he's going to borrow. And seemingly it's like he's going to borrow more, because even in the budget, his budget is bigger than what Uhuru had last. It is more by 251 billion. So bigger budget, again you are going to borrow. But you had promised you will never borrow. You are going to generate resources within by opening the tax bracket. That means you bring an environment that is friendly to business people so that people can do business. Now, that is not our main goal here. We want to look deeper on how they are dividing this money. Number one, if you check into the health sector has been given 148.29 billion shillings. First thing you have to understand is that health is devolved function. So that means they are giving that money to county government, then a few referral hospitals which is under national government. Go and look on education. Education has been allocated 580.59 billion shilling. Education is a national is on national government. So check on the difference between health and education. Health has been allocated the biggest amount. So the first question comes from there. Why is it that education has a bigger budget more than any other budget here? Before we continue, Because health and education, the difference should be just that small. But health has small money. The reason is simple. Education is national function. Therefore, this money is on the national government. But that which is going to the county government, it has to be reduced so that they remain beggars. And once you take money to the county, of course, we may devolve to mambo ya corruption. But now the bigger amount remaining at the national government, that's how corruption will come in. So they have to put a bigger budget with their own interest in that budget. So don't see it big and then you say, oh, they have a good plan for education. No. Hapo ndio corruption itafanyika. Security, 220.75 billion. That is also a national function. Now, the bigger question and where the bombshell lies, agriculture. Agriculture, food security, 67.65 billion. Food security. He said that this country is going to be a food secure country. Cost of living is going to go down. But look at the amount he's giving to agriculture. I want to tell you today, if agriculture was a national function or was on the national government department, then I can assure you this money will be more than 69 billion. It will be maybe 300 billion and above. But because agriculture is devolved function, they put there small amount of money. The allocation is very small. It shows. Now, we were talking about reviving agriculture. That means you have to employ the extension officers who will help the farmers to get it right. We had them earlier. Saizi hata ukitaka tu mtu wa kuja kupuliza ng'ombe, shida. Mtu akuja kuangalia tu mchanga na mbegu na mbolea, problem. So you cannot do research with this money. But because it's a developed function, 67 billion goes there. Even security has bigger money compared to food. But food is everything. So, was Ruto serious about the issue of dealing with hunger in this country? Or his plan is to starve the agricultural industry or sector in this country, then at the end of the day, we are being submitted to importing food from outside. So again, there is a drama there. Cartels have to be given an opportunity to import food in this country, then earn money. So don't expect the cost of living in terms of food price to come down with this kind of budget. Why 580 billion shillings goes to education, but only 67 goes into agriculture? Parliament, 39.88 billion. That's okay. Judiciary, 18.29 billion. No problem. Then development. Mahali penye Kipchumba Murkomen anakaa, 796.4 billion shillings. This is a national function. The issue of housing and all other things, road, infrastructure, you talk about if it is mambo ya water transport, road transport, air transport, all those things. Look at that budget. If it was county government function, it will not attract this amount of money. But look at how huge it is. Why? Because Ruto need money at the national level so that everyone will become a beggar. You go and beg for him. He want to be another God or deputy Jesus so that you beg, then he can do something. And even at the end of the day, corruption will be at the national level on larger scale. That's why they have to put more money on anything that is going to national level. County government, 375 billion shillings. County governments. That's the money they're giving to the county. Even the total amount that is going to the 47 counties is nowhere equal to the amount of money going to education only. It's nowhere equal to the amount of money going to development. And we know very well county governments are also doing development. So, why is it that the amount going to county governments is nowhere closer to the amount they are giving in education only? It is almost equal to the amount they are giving to security. It is half the amount they are giving to development. That's national function. So in every national function, huge amount, they have totally suffocated county governments. Ruto simply want to kill county governments. If indeed Raila would have been president today, the way they were talking about 45% to go to county government, that could have been realized. Look at this amount and tell me if really this is 45% of the budget going to the county government. Hii kitu inakaa kama 15%. So, the truth is that they have suffocated anything going to county, but bloated any amount that is being handled at the national level. That's why county has small money, agriculture has small money, health has small money. But look at the other budgets, apart from parliament and the judiciary. Why is it that all other budgets that cuts across on the national government is huge, but anything that's going to county government, it has been reduced to a size? Everything here is well designed because there's a plan to do their other issues up there, which seemingly we can just say corruption. Hakuna njia nyingine hapo. Tusitumie maneno mengi tu. Kuna mpango mzima wa kusababisha wizi katika hii serikali kwa sababu ulinganisha hizo budget zenye wako nazo. The bigger amount of money is remaining at the national level. Corruption at large scale. If they did not want corruption, they should have given this money to county governments and then at national level, watumia njia zote to put these governors on notice to make sure that they're doing the right thing. Wakikosa, washike mtu afungwe.